Welcome to Between the Whistles. I'm your host, Joe Chapman. Today we are talking Michigan football recruiting and why the hell is it at 53? Why? After the best season in a long time, they're 53rd in the country in recruiting. It's July 4th, just after July 4th. There's a problem now. If you like to subscribe to this video, you will get more Michigan content. So please like and subscribe and visit our links below as we keep you in tune to countdown to kickoff. Please do that. But Michigan football is 53rd in the country in recruiting rankings. I don't want to hear the noise about, um, you know, that they're going to keep all the receipts. That the recruiting rankings don't mean much right now because it's early. That's bullcrap. Here's the thing: Jim Harbaugh flirting with the NFL did do a negative impact to Michigan recruiting. Okay, it did. Because when a recruiter that's going against you on the recruiting trail can say, listen, this guy, we don't know if he's committed. He wants to go back to the NFL. He willingly took a jet to Minnesota to try to get that job. He didn't get it. He's back in Michigan. He might do it again. That could happen. But when you look at the University of Michigan, they lost Braylon Wilson to a decommitment. He went to Georgia. You lost out on CJ Carr. You lost out on Dante Moore. There's a problem. There's a huge problem, and it has to be rectified because this is the University of Michigan. This isn't a podunk school in Colorado that's ahead of you, the Colorado Buffaloes. This isn't a podunk school in Texas named SMU that is ahead of you. This isn't a podunk school in Piscataway, New Jersey, who is ahead of you. Here's the problem. Here's the issue. Michigan has not taken the recruiting trail seriously. And I say that because their NIL program is vastly behind the rest of the Big Ten, and it shows. When you're 14th in the Big Ten, there is a problem. When you're just ahead of Indiana, there is a problem. Like I hate to say this, guys, but like right now, Detroit, Michigan is 13th in the Big Ten in recruiting. They're ahead of Indiana. Indiana's been absolutely terrible, but that's another story for another day. When you look at your rivals, you look at Michigan State, the way that they have these revolutionary NIL programs. You look at the way that Ohio State literally has came out and said we need $13 million to keep our roster intact. I mean, I know people don't like NIL deals. I know they don't like NIL and they don't like paying kids to come to the University of Michigan, but you got to wake up because the reality of the situation is simple. The NIL is the future. It's not going away. It might get rectified by the NCAA where they might put some provisions in there, but besides that, it's not going away. A team like, you got to understand, when a kid comes from a non-wealthy background and he's going to choose schools, and one school says, listen, we'll pay you $400,000 to come here, and they're a poor kid from Detroit. Of course they're going to take that $400,000. They're going to take that $400,000 and run away with it. I know Michigan has the tradition. I know they had the history. They have the fans. They have the stadium that is absolutely awesome. But when you look at the reality, is money dictates a lot of things in life. And with these recruits, some of them are coming from poorer backgrounds. Some don't come from money. They're very poor, and football is their way out. You really think they're choosing Michigan over a team that's willing to offer them $300,000 to come play football? Like, this is a problem, and Michigan has not done anything about it. The University of Michigan is such a powerful brand that they can come out with an NIL club that they sell memorabilia to the fans, and that pays for the NIL. Because I bet you any money that would be a huge, huge thing for the University of Michigan. But instead, they want to sit and be the old people that don't want times to change. Well, times are changing, and Warde Manuel needs to get off his ass and do something, because Michigan has fallen so. This is not where Michigan should be after a Big Ten title win. They shouldn't be 53rd in the country. They should be in the top 20. It's a joke. It's a joke, and for fans to settle for this, you're a joke too. You don't understand what you're talking about. Michigan can't be 53rd in the country on July 6th. They can't. It's just not possible. They can't be that. They have to be up. You have to make some momentum. You just won the Big Ten title. This is your chance to give everybody a taste of their own medicine. When they won the Big Ten title or when they won a championship in their conference, they took off recruiting wise because that's the way it worked. That's the way it should work. But instead, Michigan is losing out to losing recruits because they don't have a suitable NIL program. And I talked to a recruit who is a high-level recruit, and he literally said the only reason he didn't choose Michigan was because the NIL program wasn't sufficient enough to satisfy him and his family. This kid's a 5-star, okay? So just put that in your pipe and smoke it. That is the reality of the situation. Michigan needs to get their act together with that. And I know people don't like NIL, but it's the way it is. It's the way it is. If you don't like NIL, you better get used to it because it's not going anywhere. Michigan is such a high-powered brand that they could do anything they effing wanted to. But instead, they are sitting back and they're not letting anything happen because they are so stuck in their ways. They are so they think that their tradition is going to power them forward when it won't, because if you haven't noticed, things have changed in college football. This is Between the Whistles Detroit. Please like and subscribe, and we'll keep you up to date with more Michigan football.